The big guns of the Bharatiya Janata Party are campaigning in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Home Minister Amit Shah, Chief Minister Yogi and BJP President JP Nadda were doing door-to-door campaigns in the state on Saturday. In the campaigns, the BJP leaders have hit out at the Samajwadi Party. Here's a report. The state of war in Uttar Pradesh has turned into a blitzkrieg as the big guns of BJP sounded the poll bugle in the state on Saturday. The BJP top brass held door-to-door campaigns across the state. While Amit Shah visited Muzaffarnagar and Saharanpur, Chief Minister Yogi interacted with voters in Bagpat, and JP Nadda offered prayers at the Bada Bagh Hanuman Mandir in Bareilly. But all was not well at the Amit Shah rally, where due to crowding, the Home Minister decided to cut short his door-to-door campaign, not wanting to flout COVID guidelines. The 25-minute program was cut short to 5 minutes.
Remember, during his Kairana door-to-door campaign, there was heavy backlash on social media about violation on COVID guidelines, and probably that's also another reason why this time he ensured that the guidelines are not violated, and because it was violated, he cut short his 25 minutes program.
But in his campaign in Muzaffarnagar, Shah went all guns blazing at the Samajwadi Party.
जिस प्रकार से सपा के राज में माफियाओं ने इस प्रदेश को गिरफ्त में लिया था, गैंगे बन गई थी और धर्म के आधार पर, जाति के आधार पर राजनीति करने वालों का बोल पड़ा। अरे क्या मुफ्त की बात करते हो अखिलेश? आप तो बिजली भी नहीं दे पाए, मुफ्त क्या दोगे? जो चालू है उसको 10 घंटे पर फिर से पहुंचा दोगे।
Chief Minister Yogi attended the Prabhavi Matdata Samvad and conducted door-to-door campaign in Bagpat. He too didn't leave an opportunity to hit out at the Samajwadi Party.
मुजफ्फरनगर निर्दोष हिंदू भी मारे गए, उन पे मुकदमे भी दर्ज किए गए, और जब उन मुकदमों को हमारी सरकार ने खारिज किया कि नहीं ये सब फर्जी हैं, असली अपराधी तो दूसरे हैं, इन अपराधियों को ठीक किया जाना चाहिए, तब उनको बुरा लगता है। उन अपराधियों को ये लोग टिकट देते हैं।
BJP National President JP Nadda also conducted a door-to-door campaign in UP's Bareilly after he offered prayers at the Bada Bagh Hanuman Mandir there. It's a high-pitched battle with charges flying thick and fast. A war of words erupted between Amit Shah and SP Chief Akhilesh Yadav over the farmers' protest.
जिस तरीके से किसान अपमानित हुए थे, मैं बधाई देना चाहता हूं सभी किसानों को कि जिनकी हिम्मत की वजह से, जिनकी बहादुरी और साहस की वजह से किसानों के आंदोलन ने भारतीय जनता पार्टी को झुकने के लिए मजबूर कर दिया, और अंततः भारतीय जनता पार्टी को तीनों काले कानून वापस लेने पड़ गए।
अखिलेश भाई, आपका और सपा का 10 साल सरकार रहा, पुरानी छोड़ दीजिए, विशुद्ध सरकार 10 साल रही। किसानों के लिए आपने क्या किया, जरा लेकर आइए, हम पूछना चाहते हैं।
Not only this, on Friday, Samajwadi Party chief also accused Shah of violating COVID norms.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग पर्चा भी बांट रहे हैं तो कोरोना फैलाने के लिए बांट रहे हैं ऐसे करके। इलेक्शन कमीशन को ऐसे लोगों को एकदम रोक देना चाहिए जो ये भूल गए हो कि कोरोना फैलता कैसे है। मुझे खुशी है यहाँ जितने भी पत्रकार बैठे और हम लोग सब जो इलेक्शन कमीशन की गाइडलाइन है उसका पालन करते हैं।
From Akhilesh's helicopter row to Yogi's Itra Wale Mitra jibe, as polls near, tempers are reaching fever pitch in the crucial state. The big question is, who will have the last laugh? With Shreya Chatterjee, Bureau Report, India Today. The golden city of Amritsar is all set to witness the ultimate war of Sardars in the upcoming Punjab elections. After Bikram Singh Majithia, his sharp critic Sidhu has now filed his nomination to defend his home constituency. Meanwhile, Aam Aadmi Party Chief Ministerial Face Bhagwant Singh Mann too filed his nomination from Dhuri constituency. One a proclaimed contender and the other openly daring the sitting CM. On Saturday, PCC Chief Navjot Singh Sidhu and Aam Aadmi Party MP Bhagwant Mann officially threw their hats in the polling fray. In the Golden City, it's the ultimate war of Sardars. A day after Shiromani Akali Dal fielded Bikram Singh Majitia from Amritsar East, Navjot Singh Sidhu completed the formality to defend his home constituency. After filing his nomination, Sidhu visited Amritsar's famous Gurdwara. The ever-escalating and often personal war of words between the two Sardars just got bigger.
ये 2 टके दा बंदा हैं यूपीओ भज के इत्थे आ गया ए सिद्धू नूं दसो राजनीति की है जे इन्ना ही दम है ते इन्ना ही भरोसा है लोकां दे उत्ते फिर छड्ड मजीठा ते आ कल्ला लड़ कल्ली सीट ते लड़ना वेरी गुड लड़ है दम।
नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू का थोड़ा जो दिमागी संतुलन है हिल गया। कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हमको अधिकार देता है, मैं 2 से लड़ूं, मैं 3 से लड़ूं, मैं ना लड़ूं, उनका कोई नन ऑफ हिज बिजनेस। वो ये देखें कि उन्होंने अपनी कैसे हार से बचना है।
Meanwhile, AAP CM face Bhagwant Mann filed his nomination from Dhuri Assembly seat in his home Lok Sabha constituency of Sangrur.
मैं धूरी दे पिंडां च जांदा रहना, ठीक है ना, और धूरी दे इलाके दे लोग मैनूं मिलदे रहंदे ने। सो ये ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਰੋਪ ਲਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਦਿਓ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਲੋਕੇਟ ਟਾਈਲਾਂ ਵਾਲੀਆਂ ਫੈਕਟਰੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਘਰ ਨੇ, ਘਰ ਦੇ ਮੂਹਰੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਲਾਟ ਦੱਬੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਹੋਣਾ।
The countdown has begun as the state prepares for polls on February 20. Who will Punjab choose in the war of Sardars? With Kamaljeet Sandhu from Amritsar and Lalit Sharma from Sangrur, Bureau Report, India Today. Congress sharpens attack against the Modi government on the Pegasus Snoopgate row. Rahul Gandhi hit out at the centre, claiming that the Modi government bought Pegasus to spy on democratic institutions, politicians and the public. He also went on to state that the Modi government has committed treason, claiming that democracy has been hijacked. Congress leader Randeep Singh Surjewala said that the buck stops at the door of the Prime Minister. Congress also launched a 5-point attack on the Modi government. They said India had purchased Pegasus software. Modi government has breached privacy of people, deployed Pegasus to snoop on Rahul Gandhi and others. Modi government duped and deceived the parliament, they said. And the centre, they said, misled the Supreme Court, which questioned the use of Pegasus. Also, they alleged the BJP has made it a strategy to dupe and betray the Indian public. Congress's attack against Prime Minister comes after a New York Times report revealed that Pegasus was the centerpiece of a $2 billion weapons deal between India and Israel in 2017. The report also referred to Prime Minister Modi's visit to Israel in 2017. It's been over 2 years that physical classes in schools are not being conducted. In the latest, Karnataka has decided to reopen schools from Monday. While some parents demand reopening of schools, some say children will be infected. So the question remains, when is the right time to reopen schools?
Area of triangle. What will be the area of triangle? Formula of area of triangle?
For almost 2 years now, schools across India have been shut.
In the capital, the government has again delayed the reopening of schools further. But health experts bat for reopening of schools.
Children who are at risk of getting a severe disease, which is a minuscule number, should be the focus, and they should be vaccinated first. And the opening up of schools should be allowed in a staggered manner. This is going to prevent us from the pandemic of obesity.
Parents and teachers are divided, especially when it comes to unvaccinated kids being sent to school.
Coming back to school is very, very vital and important, and I think some studies are showing that it's going to do a longer damage if students don't join school.
I don't think it is serving its whole purpose now. And kids are missing out on the learning, on interacting with their teachers, and not even the bigger kids. I think my daughter, who is just 7 years old, is also missing her teachers a lot.
There should be a wait and watch policy till the time the children aged 15 to 18 to get vaccinated.
But a beginning has been made. Karnataka has finally decided to lift some curbs in the state and has decided to open gyms and pools with 50% capacity and, importantly, open schools. In some states, there's a demand to reopen school with 50% strength. Many parents are finding it difficult to juggle jobs while taking care of children at home.
Managing your house is a completely tremendous work itself. Along with them handling their education, there is not just the education factor, but the responsibility, whether they are able to grasp the things they are being taught at this age, is also a very, very responsible work.
Others are wondering why kids are unsafe only in schools and safe everywhere else.
Children are going out everywhere. They are only not going at school. They are going to movies, they are going for holidays, they are going to restaurants, malls, all the places. So I don't understand, how will not going to school help them or protect them in any way?
Educationists say children have suffered enough.
Everything starts from discipline. When children are at home, they don't have a fixed routine. Children are not getting up early. They are not following a proper, particular schedule, which as a children, they need to follow for their mental, social development.
That one must learn to fight with this situation, because if we are not at all going to prepare our upcoming generation, because it is a sort of war-like situation, we have to make them ready to face these sort of things. Vaccination is already there. Vaccine has been introduced for the students and they must be sent to the school now.
Students also want to return to schools.
Because of this online classes, mobile light, it can affect our eyes. Returning will school will help me so better. And I'm missing my teachers also.
We cannot just focus on online classes. The study requires some another sort of environment, like we have to focus very much. Yeah, I strongly agree with the offline classes.
Across the United States and parts of Europe, despite devastating COVID waves, schools remained open. It's time perhaps in India too, our kids go back to school. Bureau Report, India Today.